Um, let's keep it rocking. Technique 4, change your perception of past experiences. The fourth technique for overcoming limiting beliefs is to change your perception of a past negative belief, of a past negative experience. Sorry. This is most effective when you can trace the limiting belief back to the time it was created. To change a specific past negative experience, in this instance, you can use a powerful meditation technique to go back to a time when that negative belief did not exist. Mind Your Reality's mental time travel meditation is summarized here. This is a good one. Change your perception of past negative experience. My father died when I was 19 years old. He had a heart attack. My father was the most important man that was in my life. Obviously, my dad, and I thought my dad was indestructible. I thought my dad knew everything. My dad was all that, right? For all his flaws and quirks and ups and downs, he's my dad, right? So my dad passes away. Literally, I went from being one person to a totally different person overnight. I went from a kid that was joyous, great outlook on life, thought everything was possible, to somebody who didn't think nothing was possible. Just like that. And then, and not to get all into, the dark places I entered into just mentally, I would say maybe like a year ago, in my meditation, and just thanking the universe, thanking God, and just really feeling grateful and appreciative of where I am and the person that I'm becoming compared to what I was before. And I was like, oh wow, I had to go through all that stuff to become this person that I am today. And that was a crazy thought to me, to think that I was expressing gratitude for my dad being dead. So, but that's what it was for me. It was a changing a perception, as opposed to looking at it like it was the worst thing that could ever happen. Arguably, it was the best thing that ever happened. Now, I couldn't see that then, obviously, but working through the force into the light, now looking back, Steve Jobs, you can connect the dots looking backwards. Now I'm going, wow. Those things had to happen for me to become this person. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I would love to have an experience of a life with my dad. I would trade this person that I am today, because it's just a different experience. Everything is about an experience. But since this is the life that I'm in right now, I'm grateful. I had to change that perception, and now it was even more liberating, even more freeing. So that's my personal experience. Mental time travel meditation. In a relaxed state and with your eyes closed, mentally create a horizontal timeline of your life where the furthest point to your right is your present moment. Include a point for your negative experience somewhere on the left of the current moment, as well as a length of time before that experience. Imagine yourself traveling backwards in time along your timeline until you come to that experience. Then mentally freeze the experience in its place and continue to travel back in time to a point when the associated negative belief did not exist. This could be just before the experience or all the way back into your childhood. Feel how confident, strong, and carefree you felt at that point of time when you did not have that negative belief. Now step into and internalize those positive feelings before returning to the present moment back along your imaginary timeline, giving no notice to that negative experience other than to see how it is frozen in time. This is a very powerful meditation exercise that will enable you to release yourself from the grip of the perceived negativity of your experiences and their associated negative beliefs. Okay? So it's kind of what I did. I didn't specifically do this method, but my change of perception did come out of meditation. And I have reflected on the times prior to my dad passing away, and remembering how much fun it was, and the ups and downs, and me and my brothers, my three older brothers in the same room in bunk beds and cramped quarters, but man, we was having a great time. At least I was. They were older, but I was having a great old time. Right? The spankings, the discipline. You know, at that time it didn't seem cool, but looking back, man, I wouldn't trade that for the world. My dad was around. You know, my mom was there. My brothers were there. Like it was a blast. And then my dad, you know, passes away. Some other stuff happened, and it just sent me in a spiral. So I had to work to change that perception and get back to that kid that I was. And now, as this version of me being an adult, having that same, like, man, anything is possible. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's rock. Let's create. Right? I needed to go back and deal with that experience and change the perception of it to really expedite my learning curve.